What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Day after the obliteration at Bournemouth. There's a few things to talk about. It's a bit of a gong show at Leeds United right now, can't lie. On and off the pitch, few things I think are distractions, but we'll get into them today. You're going to be, we'll take some time with this one, as much time as needed. Obviously, before I start, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments in the comment section below. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, look, Javi Gracia, we'll talk about him a bit later. His future is under consideration, it seems, been reported by multiple people. So, I'm hearing it's his birthday today, so maybe they won't do it today. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. But I find it, I feel it would be highly unlikely that Javi Gracia will be here for the Man City game. Yeah, I feel like it. We're also going to talk about Hotel Gate. This thing blew up like crazy, and I'll get into that story in just a bit. UK is saying never a dull day, never. We can never have a regular day at Leeds United. For how long? How long? Could never have a regular day. Ash is saying, think Pep will join us for the last few games. No, but Zinedine Zidane is looking for a job. So Zizou, if you're free, mate, please. um, Alfonso, this is funny. Alfonso, cheer us up, KG. I don't know if I can cheer you up. I'm not sure if I've got that for you today. Maybe when they announce the Javi news, whenever that may be, maybe so. But listen, we'll talk about that in a bit. But we'll talk about the hotel thing in just a moment. Matt Decor saying sick of Leeds now, KG. Massive clear out needed. Well, that goes beyond saying it. You don't need to say it. We know what's needed, whether we stay up or go down. Massive clear out. And I hope, you know what, I thought last season, I thought that was going to be the wake up call when we just survived on the last day. But I guess they thought they could run some of the same players back and you end up in the same position again. Yeah, I mean, no to Mbish. Okay. Big game tonight. I mean, we got to hope for a draw, people. Everyone just hope for a draw tonight. Leicester, Everton, just draw the game. No complications. Just draw it and leave it there. And I think Man City have got a game before they play us. We got to just hope that they can tire themselves out a little. Look, we'll preview the Man City game later in the week, obviously, but we'll talk about it then. We'll talk about it then. At this point in time, though, I'm not very optimistic about that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Greg here. Is this in regards to the Hotel Gate storm in the teacup? Yeah, I mean, this is where I was with it, and you got to think. Last night, I messaged somebody that works at the club, that works pretty close with the club, in the club, I should say, and close to the players and everything else like that. And I just wanted some clarification because that video that's gone around, the video that's gone all around the place, Piers Morgan's picked it up, Simon Jordan, all those sites like Sport Bible have picked it up. It just blew up, didn't it? And then you've got rival fans jumping on it, our own fans, saying that these guys are a disgrace and everything else like that. So I just messaged him just to get some clarification, and he gave me the reason. Let me get up the message from the players first. Let me put that up because they released this today, and I'm kind of glad I didn't do the stream earlier because this message actually fills in some of the gaps for the information I got yesterday. So if you haven't seen it already, I'll just read out the main bit. They've given apologies for the performance on the pitch. Hey, don't want to hear that. Just perform on the pitch. But in regards to the video, it's what is just concerning to us as a group is the video online of us leaving the hotel. Words cannot express how sorry we are that the youngster in the video wearing the Leeds kit is not showed more love from the squad. On a match day, we do an activation walk before and after this. We stop and sign for photos and autographs to ensure we interact with the fans, but also that we are on time when leaving for games. However, there is no excuse for not acknowledging the fans. And if the parent of the fan wearing the Leeds kit in the video could make themselves known to us, we would be grateful. Now, in regards to that statement, it's very specific. Now, I haven't seen anybody else say this. Okay, so if you ever do hear this later on now, just remember it came from me. But the wording of the statement is very specific in terms of who they're talking about and who they're talking to and who they're sorry for. Because you saw there was like 30 people in that. There was like around 30 people in that video, and some that were off screen as well, by the way. And the reason why it's so specific is because, and I've been given permission. I can share this out. Let me just get the chat up that I've got. I'm not going to put it on screen. I've got to read out parts. Um, as my guy said here, in the hotel lobby, there was about 30 fans with about 10 plus things each to sign, which they don't allow. The club won't allow that. So if you're one person going up, you can probably get something signed. But if you've got a bunch of stuff, that's not going to happen. He says some were fans, but a lot of people there were eBayers. And I've known about this before from a previous friend of mine that used to work for WWE when they came to England. And I'll share that as well. Um, Let me just get some more. But as he says here, and this is quite important to note, but by God, somebody should have seen the little fella. So even he knows that at that point, the guy that everyone's talking about should have at least got a hello, a high five, and they've acknowledged that, and they are making it up to him. They are going to they're going to make him have probably one of the best days he's ever going to have. They're making it up to the kid. They're making it up to the kid. So they're atoning for that. Now again, you know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't reach out to the kid, you're not reaching out to the kid. You reach out to the kid, oh, it's too late. You can't please everybody, but the club have done that and they've got in touch with the kid. What also has to be said as well, and I'm gonna let me just go back into this, is that the dad, I'm not gonna show his kid, but the dad here as debunked all of the stories are going round about him being ignored, and he says that his son had a wonderful day seeing his Leeds heroes. Now we can question his heroes, okay, all right, but he's a kid, he's gonna learn, all right. But the dad has already said the kid has had a great day, and he's replied pretty much to everyone like Piers Morgan and everybody else. So there's that. You know what I mean? And as Katrina said here, the little boy's dad has tweeted at the presser line, and his son had a lovely day, uploaded the photos as well. Jack, Bill, Adam, Brendan, and Gracia all stopped and had photos took and his signed book. That's correct. That is correct. Let me just get back on here. Now I could have really twisted this one. Yeah, just like the Arsenal fan thing, where a whole load of uproar about the Arsenal fan little kid that was ignored when it turns out that she'd already met them all in the day already. It's just for me, it's just a distraction because when you talk about this, and I could have really used this to my advantage because I had to block somebody yesterday who, again, I finally had enough of them. He or she, they're always saying that I've got an agenda against the old guard. You know what I mean? I've got something against the old guard. No, my agenda is that I want Leeds United to win. That's the only agenda I've got. But Liam Cooper was there. You saw all the players walking, Somerville, McKennie. Liam Cooper didn't even had headphones on, and he's the club captain. Now, if I really wanted to run my agenda, I could say, "Is this your captain?" But I'm not going to do that because you know what? Liam Cooper, for whatever you want to say about him off the pitch, has been a wonderful ambassador for Leeds United. So much charity stuff he does, so many quests he answers online and tries to fulfill. He does all of that. The instruction was to move because there was just eBayers there trying to get loads of stuff signed, and that has happened before. Like I say, in WWE, one of my friends, when they come over, there'll be fans at the hotel, but then there'll be eBayers with like a sack full of things to get signed. And of course, he'd say that if the kids there with the parents and they've got one or two items, some of the wrestlers would sign, some wouldn't, but the ones that would happily sign. But the eBayers, no, you have to go away. And the reason why this is because it's a business. If you're letting these eBayers sign a whole load of stuff, that means it's business going out of your pocket because then when someone goes online and looks for a signed McKennie shirt, let's say, and don't make jokes about that, but say sign Somerville shirt. So we go. They'll look online and see eBay is so much money. Then on the Leeds official store, it's probably more expensive. You're losing business, so they can't allow multiple items to be signed. It's that simple. It's nothing against the people there. That's why the message in that of that statement is so specific, and I don't think anyone else has picked up on that. I don't think. But Liam Cooper, I could have kicked his back in, but he does sign stuff outside Ellen Road. And for people that go to Ellen Road, you will know by the players' car park, there's a stream of people that stand outside. And not all players, but a lot of players will go down the line and sign and take pictures. And I'm not talking about just a single file of lines. There'll be people behind saying, my turn next, before you go down further, please. And it happens. You know, this story just spreads like wildfire. It just spreads like wildfire because it seemed negative. It's seen as our footballers think they're up here while we're down there. It's just another one where negativity spreads more than positivity. And I'm going to give you the positive story that didn't see a portion of this traction. But it's just like the saying goes, isn't it? You know, the lie will make its way around the world before the truth gets its pants on. You know what I mean? It's one of those. I mean, I've literally just described it. I've just explained. This is what I mean when people just don't listen. Ishtar saying eBay is not an excuse to ignore fans, KG, as you know. Pointless fact, really. Could you give three signatures policy simple? Well, it's not a pointless fact, Ishtar, because it's a business. What are you talking about? It's not pointless. You know, if you're giving away stuff, it's just like whenever they do charity signings or anything else like that, it has to be approved by the club. Now, if you've got a personal item, like a little kid coming up to you getting his shirt signed, then that's fine because it's yours. You're going to keep it. But if you've got multiple items and you're going to sell them, you're trying to make money off the business. It's not. But yeah, you're right in terms of ignoring the kid, and that's why they're trying to make up for it. Now, that guy as well, by the way, um, that guy, the security guy who knowingly stood in front of the kid, you know what he could have done just to alleviate all the potential fallout for it. And this is where self-awareness comes in. This is where my mind will go if I was that guy. He can see that the camera's there and he can see what's happening. The kid's being filmed and the players are just walking past. All he has to do, make up something. Say, sorry, guys, players have got to keep on schedule. They've got to go now. We can't stop for signing. And you know what you do? You just eliminate a whole load of stress. That's all he had to do. But he probably wasn't thinking that way. Probably isn't social media savvy. Don't know the guy. He just had to say something like that. And you could have alleviated so much of this. The kid would probably still get sympathy because they weren't giving him a fist pump or high five. Completely get it. But you could have eliminated a lot of the stories that are going around today. Talk Sports, Simon Jordan, Sky Sports, they've all picked up on it. And Brian, and this is what I say now. Imagine being expected to start for every kid plays are humans too, and that's correct. You don't expect to get everything signed when you go. Don't expect every player to sign. It would be great if everyone was like that because them signing your thing, it makes your life, doesn't it? It makes your day, it makes your weekend. It absolutely makes your day. They don't properly realize that, but at times as well, they're upset. Different moods, different kind of personalities. They don't always do it. Same with movie stars. When you go to premieres, not all of them stop and sign. It's the same in any entertainment business. Okay. And that's what I would say. But on the whole, I mean, listen, the Rodrigo story. Let me tell you something. Yeah, and Carlos, it's absolutely right. This is only a story because we're losing. It's just a distraction to take away from the carnage that is on the pitch. But let me tell you about the Rodrigo one. If you're not aware of that one, after the Leicester game, and that was a midweek game, late at night. So a kid wants him to sign his shirt. Rodrigo's driving his car. He stops his car, signs the shirt, then proceeds to get out the car and give the kid a pair of boots. Where is that story, people? Where is it? Where's that story? Why hasn't that story been making around? It's like, that's a good thing that Rodrigo's done. Doesn't make the because it's positive. No one wants to hear it. You're probably all in there going, who cares? That's just one. What about all these guys? It's just the way of the world. The negative story will always make its way because misery loves company. Sorry. Robert Purnell saying, well said, KG. Someone is just causing trouble by telling only part of the story. And the thing for me is, if the dad is coming out and telling you his kid has had a great day, then it really shouldn't be on you to be offended on the part of the kid, should it? But hey, yeah, it is. Nadia, controversy sells. We all know that. Eric Bischoff told us that. It is. That's why you'll always see clickbait articles with the most negative connotation to it, because people are more likely to be drawn to that rather than a positive one. It's always the way. And again, I want to be clear. I wish that the kid had got seen, and just a little high five at the time from those players, but they're gonna make up for it. And if that's not good enough, all right, never mind. I'm just giving you the message that I got. Okay? Okay. uh Revanite here saying Goldbridge spouting the negative side to it as well 3 minutes ago, KG. It's still not stopping. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop from people that don't know the full story or who are just jumping on the surface level of the story. But I've given you a bit more detail and a bit more depth as to why the players were acting that way. Even Liam Cooper, the captain, who had no headphones on, you know, Liam Cooper is stopping for people. Let me tell you that for a fact. He stops for people. He's not going to just let anyone down like that. It was an instruction just to get to the coach. And this is me defending Liam Cooper. So if I've got an agenda, I'm not doing it very well, am I? What I will say as well, though, just quickly on and just to put a bow on that one, if there is a post for the kid on social media, because the PR is PR. If there is a post on social media, just like I said, for the 14-year-old girl who had something really amazing with the Leeds United Foundation, really good, but it came after the Palace loss and the JKA finding, so it was never going to be well received. Just give the kid a couple good comments, because obviously his dad or whoever's going to read them to him, and you know it'll be part of his experience. He'll meet the players and he'll be embraced by the fans, and he'll remember that. He'll remember that as a kid. And if he sees people saying, well done, kid, I'm glad you got what you deserved. Nice of the club to do that for you, whatever it is, you know, just try and keep it there. But what I will say is, if it's the usual suspects, please don't say give this guy a contract for life, stay forever. Please just avoid doing that. I beg you. um Okay, Bradley Pickles here is saying, I met them in the Gold Coast. Some of them were really nice, some of them were awful too. I was the only fan at the hotel. Rodrigo was such a lovely bloke. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say, I don't know if it's just that I've been around too much. I don't know, but you're not gonna get everybody is not nice. I don't know what it is. Not everybody is nice, and you know what? It's not even that they could be nice. Sometimes they could have just been having a bad day that day. You know what I mean? Not everybody is. They always say, be careful when you meet your heroes. You know what I mean? But Richard Walker is saying, KG, if they had won 5-1, then we wouldn't be seeing this. However, this whole breakdown stinks of lack of leadership within the club. Yeah. Between this, Rad's tweeting fans, it's all a gong show, isn't it? It's all a sideshow right now. And we're the biggest jokers in the Premier League right now. It feels like we're back to Chilino light days. Not as bad as Chilino days. That was just a daily circus. But it's ridiculous, isn't it? Um, uh, let's have a look. Let me just get a couple more comments on this, and obviously leave your comments after. But yeah, Mm, yeah, that's funny, Thomas. If we get relegated, is that a kid's fault? Tremendous, tremendous. Okay, yeah. Renee here saying, "Can you clean up what happened after between the game between Luke and the fans? I find it hard to believe that he said that to the fans." You know what? I was going to mention this right at the end. I don't have anything to say about it because I don't think he said what is believed to be said. But again, I think it's one of those things where people want to believe that he said it. Once again, if I really had an agenda, because I don't want to see Luke Ayling at the club, I'd say that he said what people think he said. But I think it was more along the lines of the fans are effed off. Let's just go and let's go and clap them off. That's what I think it was. So for me, it's inconclusive. So I can't give a full detail of what I think what was actually said. So skip. See what I mean? KG is a paid insider for the club. Well, if they're paying me, they're not paying me very well, Skip. I'll just say that. Um, Oh man, Bradley. You know what? This is. I'm going to put this up because some people might think he's insulting me, but I do get this. Bradley saying, "KG, I love chucking your videos on my phone late next to my pillow, and I listen as I fall asleep. Then I catch up on the next bits as I drift. I miss as I drift off the next night. You see, there's a lot of people have said that about me. Maybe that's just the tone of my voice because I've got a very deep voice. I'm very aware. I don't have this high pitched voice that a lot of YouTubers seem to have. But hey, roll with me. If I put you to sleep, at least the video's running. Okay, at least it's running. um, yeah. So ASMR voice. I heard it before. Heard it before. Tremendous. So yeah, is that it? Is that it for that? Is that good for Hotel Gate? Are we good with that now, people? Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's move on to Javi Gracia. Yeah. Let's put Javi Gracia next on the docket. Let me just get this up. Pause. Pause. Right. So right, we're now in May. Okay, we're now in May. I missed it yesterday. See, I couldn't even give you if I was doing this yesterday, I would have done the "It's gonna be May," but I couldn't do it because I was just so annoyed. But yeah, listen, our record for April: 7 games, 1 win, 23 conceded. That is why we are looking for a new manager. Okay, Riley saying plays FNF. I love your videos. Please say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Riley. I hope you're having a good day. Um, and that is why John Percy, who I think he works for the Telegraph, has said that Leeds United are considering his future. And as people have mentioned today, it is his birthday. So I was going to think that we was going to get an announcement this evening, but maybe they'll put it off till tomorrow. But I just got the feeling we're not going to see Javi Gracia come the Manchester City game. Phil Hay then follows it up and says that Leeds United are considering his future. This is after 10 weeks as well, people. 10 weeks of Javi Gracia. And I remember the question I answered. Well, I asked in videos where some people thought Javi Gracia was a long-term solution. And I'd ask, can you see this guy being here in 2 years? I was being generous. I should have seen 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's peak. He ain't gonna be here. 10 weeks. He's gotta go though. He has to go. And I've seen the rumor as well, beefy Lee Bowyer. I mean, you know what that is? And you know what would be on the statement if Lee Bowyer was to come? He knows the club. Oh, makes me shiver. Makes me shiver. Those cliche football things. He knows the club. Oh Lord. I do have a thing though of some of my best players. I don't want them back as manager because I don't want to tarnish their legacy. But what I will say is that Javi Gracia, there is still a chance. I know we're down in the dumps and we keep on getting our cheeks obliterated every single game, it feels like. But you know what? The games that we have left aren't insurmountable, barring Man City. I'll be honest with you, I don't expect anything from Man City. But when you look at the whole games against West Ham and Spurs, as bad as we are, if the right man's here to motivate, and because these players look like they don't want to play for Javi Gracia, and be quite frankly with Javi Gracia as well, by the way, judging by his comments yesterday, he sounded like Marsh after the Villa game. He pretty much knows that his time is up. John Cena. I feel like he knows that his time is up. Like, if I'm still here, you know what I mean? It made it sound so casual. But it wouldn't surprise me if we're here tomorrow and we're talking about a new manager coming in. And I expect it. I wanted him sacked last night. I was literally sitting here with my stuff still up. I was still here sitting here with my laptop up and my mic here, just waiting for an announcement. I was waiting for it, but it didn't come. What have you got to say in regards to that, people? Let's get your comments in. Leeds FC, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch another game under Gracia. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't wait for it, Greg. Leedsy versus Spursy. Did you see Spurs yesterday? Only they could come back from 3-3 and then lose via a bad back pass back and lose 4-3. I tell Tobes. Tobes has seen it now. He knows. He says Spurs are the top half leads. He knows now. Um, Robert Pennell is asking who would come to us. You know what, Robert? I think it's a case of just getting him gone. Because at this point, if it's Skubala, he's not the man for me. I'll say that off the bat. but I think the players would probably give Skubala a bit more than what they're giving Gracia. Gracia you can't survive with those numbers. 23 goals in seven games and one win. No, come on, man. You gotta go. You've got to go. Uh, Brian, what is it with fans and ex-players? I don't know. It's what you know, isn't it? It's what you know. Like I've give this analogy before, but it's going back to the comfort, isn't it, of what you know. But Lee Bowyer hasn't really, if we're being real, pulled up many trees in the championship when he's been given jobs. He hasn't really done that well. So why would we want him coming to the Premier League? It's like feels like a Frank Lampard kind of thing, where just because he's a club, well, he's a club great, isn't he? That he's just coming in because he knows the club. Mm. Damar saying you could see the players were actually trying for Scoobs. Yeah, I mean, the Everton game does stick out in my head though with how flat we were. But hopefully that was just a one-off. But it was an individual error that made us not get a point out of that game because it didn't seem like anyone was going to score until Coleman put it in an empty net. um, Tenacious G here. I reckon get rid of Gracia, then work towards a manager to start next season in the championship. You know what? I was going to talk about this Tenacious G. Is that a play off Tenacious D, by the way? Let me know. This whole thing where people keep leaving comments talking about their championship 11s next year. I mean, it's cute and everything. It's cute. But the thing is, some of the names you're mentioning, you don't even know are going to be here next season, let alone the recruitment that we're going to be making in the summer if we were to go down. A lot of you keep putting in Cody Drame, for instance. Cody Drame isn't even guaranteed to stay if we're in the Prem. Never mind if we go down to the Champ. And what if Luton go up? He's going to probably want to stay there. The cards are in Cody Drame's hands because he's only got a year left on his contract. But a few of you seem to think that if we go down, he's going to stay. He's been messed around by two managers, hounded out by fans, by the way, after the first manager who cracked under pressure at that time called him out when he had never called out players before, and a load of fans were telling this guy to get out the club. So what makes you think he wants to come back this summer and play for this club in the Championship? Really, really crazy, really crazy. But it's cute. I like seeing those championship 11s that you guys put out, and Nanto being in there. That's a funny one. I'll give you make me laugh with that one when you put Nanto in the championship 11. Sly saying Jesse didn't go to Southampton, Leicester because he is Leeds. Yeah, all right, man. That's funny, Sly. But you know what, he didn't go there because he didn't get long-term contracts. That's the reason why. Yeah, Skip, I remember fans saying Drama had an attitude problem. Insane. I remember. I haven't forgotten. Again, just like when I mentioned about selling Bamford, all those guys, I lost subscribers when I said about why you call him out with an attitude problem. No one's ever heard of it. No one. And no one's ever said that he's a bad egg. No one I've spoken to. But yet that's the first thing people went for because he wasn't being used and had the goal to go against Bielsa and want to go and get first team football, which was a success at Cardiff. Crazy. I don't forget those things. But yeah, I've heard that too as well. Jesse wants to coach the US team. Yeah. But yeah, so listen, I'm hoping that we get some good news about Javi Gracia. Let's go. Please. Let's go. Let's get him gone and give us just a glimmer of hope that we can get something out the remaining 4 games. I don't like the free hit one, and I'm not going to call Man City a free hit, but by God, can we please keep the score down? Because the score I've got in my head right now it's mad. It's actually insane. Let's see. Is there anything else? I was going to talk about this supporters advisory board. I had never heard of them before yesterday, apart from getting my memory jogged that they asked for fans to apply to go on some kind of board. But this seems like it was quite a few years ago, if I remember right. And they've come out with this long statement. If you want to read it, it's on Popey's Twitter, it's on the Square Ball's Twitter. They've got the big statement of what they've made. My thing is where have you been? Where have you been? Where was you last season? Why have you only come up now? Like what's going on? So for me, if I was to read that advisory board statement, it would be like me reading another YouTuber statement. It wouldn't make much sense, would it? I don't know what they do. I don't know what it is they discuss. Couldn't tell you. But they've come out with a big old statement. Good luck to them. We'll see if anything comes of it. Radaby Leeds here saying you have a point, Redrama, but there's no reason to think Greenwood, Creswell, Shack, Gerhardt wouldn't be a decent spine at championship level. Oh yeah, listen, Radaby Leeds. I don't really pay too much attention to the whole championship 11s and stuff. It's just some funny the names that some people keep in there, like Drame, like Nanto. I even saw Adams in one, which is quite insane to be honest with you. But yeah, you're absolutely right. If we were to go down, you would hope that we could build around like Charlie Creswell, and I'm looking at Archie Gray too. I'm looking at him breaking through in the championship. But you know what? I don't want to talk about that right now. Okay, I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't know about Jamie Shackleton though. I'll be honest. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah. But yeah, it's just funny in regarding to the names of some of the people that think are going to be here still. Harry Burns is saying best result for us tonight, KG. It's a draw. It has to be a draw. We need to keep Leicester around, and we need Everton to stay where they are. So it's got to be a draw until we can get our house in order and actually do something hard, like win a game. Then we have to keep hoping that other people keep messing up the results. We seem to be doing everything else around. We seem to be doing everything else around. Owners tweeting fans, check. Poor performances, check. Videos in hotels, check. I mean, ignoring fans, not the other kind. But winning a game, that seems to be the hardest thing that we can do. Oh, please, Babs, no. Ah, that's why we have to stay up, people. Please, 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 Leeds, get it together and get 4 points. 4 points. That's all I ask. Please. But yeah, Thomas isn't stopping. If Leicester win tonight, I blame that kid. Tremendous. Right. Have I got anything else on the docket? Let me just check before I head on out of here. No, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh yeah. One other thing, one comment which is pretty good from Max H. And shout out to you, Max H. I think I saw you in here earlier. In regards to Melier and Brighton, because Brighton have dropped Sanchez. Okay. Brighton have dropped Sanchez, and we are not dropping Melier, but they've dropped Sanchez and have brought in. I think his name's Steele. Is his name Luke? It's not Luke Steele, is it? It's something Steele and Jason Steele. That's it. And now Jason Steele, who's just kept a clean sheet against Wolves, by the way, is trying to make that number 1 jersey his own. Why can't we do the same for Melier? Why can't we do the same? Max H had a great point. Brighton have dropped Sanchez, who has been quite good for them, but a dip in form. De Zerbi says you're going to have to sit on the bench for a bit, brings in the reserve keeper, and they get in results. And the thing is, we don't know. We don't know if we're going to. Oi, Steve, chill. Kishore, though, is saying, hold on, let me just start this one. That's funny. See a lot of people laughing. Kishore is saying, I don't think Melier is that bad. The defense doesn't help him at all. Kishore, this is the problem. He isn't terrible, but he has regressed this season. I think it's fair to say, even the staunchest Melier fan has to admit he's regressed this season. If he could just cut out half of the mistakes he's done this season, we talk about the Everton game. Look how far off he was off his line for that one. He shouldn't have been that far off. He shouldn't have been that far off his line for Coleman to put that in. On the weekend he flaps at it. People are talking about marking of Lerma. Lerma's being unmarked shouldn't have been an issue. Melier should have dealt with it. He's not just a young keeper anymore. He's got loads of Premier League appearances under his belt. He's Prem proven to the Prem proven lot. But the defense doesn't help him 100%, Kishon, but he could help us out a bit more as well. Get his wrist a bit firmer as well. The amount of times the ball hits his wrist and goes in, it's happened a lot this season. Could have done with a break. And I remember when we signed Robles, I said at this point, Melier, at least this time, he has an experienced backup. And if he has a bad game, he can come out and Robles can go in. It hasn't happened. He's just continued to be rolled out and rolled out. So me now, even I'm looking at that situation. If we do stay up, I want two competitive goalkeepers. I don't just want a backup. I want one who can push the other one. I think it's time. I think you've got to have at least two players in each position. I was fine with Melia as the outright number one with an experienced backup, but quite clearly we need someone else who can compete with him if he is still here in the summer. Uh, Let me just get this one. Okay. Ishtar here. Hope you don't start ignoring fans when you get famous, Cage. You know, if when you've seen me at the games since, anyone will tell you I've always said hello to people. Even people on staff that watch the channel quite clearly and but can't stop, they'll quickly say hello. I'll always say hello, man. I'm not in that level anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. You can always say hello. Just don't tap me on the shoulder. Just don't tap me on the shoulder. I'm still a bit, I'm still a bit weary about people tapping me on the shoulder. Just come around and say hello. One of them. Like tap me on the shoulder, like, yo. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sly, KG, Backstreet, or NSYNC. See, it depends on the day. Depends on the day, Sly. Because sometimes you want to hear Anywhere for You. We've got it going on. But then other days you want to hear This I Promise You, or It's Gonna Be Me, or Bye Bye Bye. Depends on the day. Can't choose. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. Uh you guys are funny. I'll give you that. You see what I mean? We're in the mud right now, but you guys are making me laugh. Thank you guys. Honestly. Honestly. Love you. Love you guys. Uh yeah, Dash is saying, don't tap KG on the shoulder. He's a black belt. You know what? It's not that, but it's one of those things where when I moved up north, because I've lived down south and in busy cities a lot, people up north are different from down south. It's as simple as that. Down south, you mind your business. It's like a rat race. You get along your business. You don't really say hello to anyone. You don't really acknowledge anyone. You just get on with your day. Up north, man, you can just be standing at a tram stop or in a whatever it may be, and you'll have someone saying, "Good morning. You all right?" And when I first moved up, I was like, "Yo, whoa, what do you want, man?" I was like, "Wait, what are you saying hello for? I ain't got no money on me." You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those things. Northern people in general are just so friendly and welcoming. They'll say hello and chat to anybody. And it takes a bit of adjusting to when you've been down south. Trust me. Um, Smith is here saying, buzzing to catch live, big up KG. I'm afraid though, Smithers, I'm going to be going in just a moment though, because I've done everything that I've needed to say today. And like I say, like the video, people, that's the best way to support the channel. Drop your comments in, and of course, subscribe. Fante is here. Neither Backstreet or NSYNC. I take Justin Timberlake, KG. Well, he was part of NSYNC. You can have the two. You can have the two. You see, when he did the medley, he did NSYNC and Justin Timberlake. Seen Justin Timberlake live, by the way. Excellent show. Excellent show. Really, really good. No skip. It's okay to chew gum next to KG like Thomas Frank. Skip, you've been here a while, ain't it? No, can't take it. Ugh, it grinds my gears. Grinds my gears. Ah, man. I'm done. I'm done. Declan here. We need to get you a whippet and a flat cap, yeah, and walk around with my arms behind my back. I can't even do it anyway. My arms are too hench. No humble brag, but they are too big. I can't just walk around with my arms behind my back. I don't know how you guys do it, honestly. It's a different level up here. But anyway, no problem, man. You know what? You guys have made me laugh today as well, quite clearly. So we're gonna leave it there. Hopefully back tomorrow with a second stream, I hope. But anyway, until the next time, people, like, subscribe, drop your comments, and I will see you soon. Yeah, hey, Lewis, facts are facts. I'm too hench. Check me out on my Instagram, when I post up my gym stuff. It is what it is, people. Anyway, peace out, people. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support.